Flea markets are where treasures and trinkets intertwine with local culture and history. On today's episode of Homeworthy, we're taking you to 3 flea markets where we experience the thrill of the hunt. From the bustling stalls of France to the sprawling fields of Round Top, Texas, each market offers a unique glimpse into the past and present, showcasing everything from rustic Americana to chic European antiques. You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. Before today's episode, click the join button below to support all of the storytelling we do on this channel. Our growing community of members help to directly fund more videos so we can capture these extraordinary homes from around the world. So join today to receive early and exclusive access to new Homeworthy videos. You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
Hey Homeworthy fans, Garo Kedigan here, New York City interior designer. Those of you who know my work know that I shop the Paris flea markets extensively, and today I'm going to let you in on a few secrets to the tricks of the trade. So the Paris flea market is actually technically not in Paris. It's actually just outside of Paris. The Porte Clignancourt is actually just adjacent to the Paris city center. So actually when you take a cab, I always tell my clients to make sure you tell the cab driver that you're going to the Marché aux Puces in Saint-Ouen, Rue de Rossier. Rue de Rossier is where most of the markets are, and if you tell the cab driver that you're going to Rue de Rossier and you're not specific about Saint-Ouen, he might take you to some random place in Paris. Each of the markets has its own specialty, but as a New York City interior designer, I really want to focus in on the ones that feature the furniture and the lighting. These are the Serpette Market, which is the indoor market, and the adjoining Paul Bert Market, which is the outdoor market. Come on, let's take a look.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. Before today's episode, click the join button below to support all of the storytelling we do on this channel. Our growing community of members help to directly fund more videos so we can capture these extraordinary homes from around the world. So join today to receive early and exclusive access to new Homeworthy videos.
It's easy to become overwhelmed in the Paris flea markets because there's so much to see, but I always tell people to come prepared. Of course, as an interior designer, I always come with my furniture plans, some fabric schematics, and of course, a list of all the things that I'm looking for and a measuring tape. It's key. You have to measure and see what things are. Scale is very important, of course. When you're looking at things in the flea market, sometimes you'd be inspired by the most amazing, gorgeous things that you might not have on your list. There's always room for something fabulous in your house, that's for sure. Bonjour, monsieur, ça va?
Bonjour,
ça va bien?
Merci.
Merci. This is one of my favorite little booths here in the flea market. I've bought many things from Monsieur Olivier. He has the most wonderful collection of mid-century modern pieces. I've bought many light fixtures, and this fabulous coffee table caught my eye the other day. Fits perfectly, I think. In one of my projects. Of course, when you're shopping the Paris flea markets, you'll see so many great things, but the important thing is to keep in mind that you understand the scale and the size of the pieces that you're considering. So that's why it's critical to have a measuring tape. I always carry around a small one in my pocket because, you know, sometimes the larger ones get very heavy. But it's always actually very helpful to have the centimeters on one side, because they like to do everything in centimeters here, and the inches on the back side. It works perfectly. Bonjour Frédéric, ça
Salut,
va?
ça va?
Oui,
vas
bien,
bien?
merci. Bien.
Ça fait plaisir de te voir.
Merci. Je viens toujours mon vendeur favori. I always have my favorite vendors, of course. And Frederick is one of them. It's called Simone. You should follow them on Instagram. Fabulous stuff. Look at these
Merci beaucoup.
wonderful chairs. Les chaises sont magnifiques.
Oui,
Ils sont italiennes.
exactement.
Et
Elles
vous
sont
avez combien?
italiennes, il y en a 6.
6.
Elles sont très élégantes.
Wow, oui.
La couleur est très très jolie, c'est un noyer blond.
C'est vraiment beau.
Ouais, j'adore.
Oui, j'aime le petit détail,
Ah ouais, sur les pieds.
les pieds.
Ouais, elles sont vraiment très chic.
Wow. Look at this beautiful detail. See how the leg flares out at the bottom? Such a subtle but beautiful detail. Of course, I always have to recover all my stuff when I buy it, but it's always nice that the vendors actually take such pride in their beautiful pieces and they actually recover them in brand new fabrics. How fabulous would these chairs be in a house in the Hamptons? I'm working on a fabulous project in Southampton, and I think these would be the perfect breakfast chairs in there. What do you think? Coming to the flea markets in September for me is the best time of year because the vendors take the month of August off and they go around all over Europe collecting beautiful, wonderful pieces. For instance, Frederick here from Simone picks up the most amazing pieces, and it's always usually, I'd say that probably towards the end of September where you can find the best, most interesting things in his booth. So usually the flea market is not officially open on Fridays. But because I'm a design professional, they allow me to poke around and take a look. They're really actually just setting up the booth in preparation for the weekend shopping. So Friday mornings are the unofficial scope out. I like to come through, poke around, take a look and see all the pieces that I want to show my clients that I bring them the next day. It usually is a mob scene on Saturdays, but I always know exactly what to take my clients to see. It works out perfectly. So I'm always working on a dozen or so projects. I typically bring 1 or 2 clients shopping in the flea markets, but I'm always keeping an eye out for all my other clients who are not here as well. This is actually a fabulous stone Italian dining table that I saw in New York, and it was like $20 million in this antique shop in New York. And I found that in Paris flea markets for a fraction of the price. It's so perfect for this wonderful little breakfast nook in an apartment on Fifth Avenue. I can't wait to send it to my client. These are fabulous. Look at these. It's like leather, but it's made to look like wood.
Hi, girl.
Bonjour, ça va?
How are you? Bonjour.
Bien, merci, merci. C'est magnifique ça.
Eh oui.
Janssen is one of my favorite designers. He's a French designer, Maison Janssen. Fabulous. And it's just exquisite. Neoclassical design. 40s, 50s. Perfect little coffee table. Can go anywhere. So when you're shopping at the Paris flea markets, it is overwhelming, so it's important to be systematic. So I have a little bit of a system down pat. When I go through, I look at a bunch of things, and of course, by the end of the day, you have 1,000 pictures, so you have to be really systematic in the way that you take the pictures. So I have this fabulous app on my phone. You can use many different apps. I love to take a picture, and the beauty of using an app like this is that you can actually write the dimensions and some notes directly on the picture. So later on, after you've taken many, many photographs, you can go back and actually see what the price of something was, what the size of it is. When you actually go back to your hotel or go back to your apartment, you can sit down and actually think through everything that you've seen for the day. It's the perfect system. After I've taken a picture of the piece, I like to take a picture of the vendor's card, because it has all the vendor's information on there, his email address, his phone number, just in case later on, if you went back to the States and decided you actually wanted the piece, you can recontact the vendor. Yeah, forever I've been trying to sell that. This little gorgeous little antelope thing. I don't know what it is, but it's so cute. Isn't this great? I've shown it to like a dozen clients. Nobody's bitten yet. Bonjour.
Salut.
Ça va?
Ça va et toi?
So we're here at the Serpent Market in one of my favorite booths. This is Yvan Hoyer, and his booth is just as eccentric as he is. He is fabulous. He has the most beautiful eye, and he puts together his booth in such a curated way. He has beautiful taste. I've bought many things through the years
Yes,
from him.
it's true.
When one time I purchased some stuff from him, we discovered that he actually had an antique shop 1 block away from where my apartment is. So we became great friends.
Yes, that's true too.
So tell me a little bit about what you have today.
The
I see
new
this
thing
is new.
this console.
Console
yes.
is fabulous.
I'm very, very proud of it
Oui.
because it's
C'est magnifique.
it's a marble console.
Oui.
It has been made in Italy by a friend of Ettore Sozzas,
Oui.
which is
And
much
it has
less.
2 different marbles here.
Yes,
Isn't
yes.
that interesting? I love
Yes,
that.
and it's just the both part is
Yeah.
just put like that.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just the weight.
Oh, wow.
Which makes
it's
no,
incredible.
it's difficult to.
Oh, wow, to assemble it.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Oh my God. That's wonderful.
And that has been
And
made.
what kind of marble?
It's a marble
Italian.
griotte.
Griotte.
Griotte of the south of Italy.
Italian.
Yes.
And 1980s?
1980s.
1980s,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
it's
quite
fabulous.
1980s.
It's very Pierre Cardin.
Very, very 80s. Very 80s. Yes.
Incredible.
And I bought also these 2 lamps.
Oui, these are magnifique. The little cube lamps are wonderful.
Italian too,
Yeah.
made in the 70s by Polyarte.
Gorgeous. Yes, I love these. But
and-
I've been looking at these pendants in your booth for the past couple of months. I've seen these here. I've tried to get
Yes.
a couple clients to buy them. They're really, really heavy. These are solid glass with inclusions in them. They're beautiful. Inclusions are usually when they do the Murano glass. It takes a very special glass blower in order to get these consistent little bubbles of air inside the glass when they're blowing the glass. It's incredible. These are just magnificent. I love these the inclusions in here are fabulous, you know? They're really amazing. I love the mixture of the 2 light fixtures together, you know, the 2 different shapes.
Right.
It'd be fun to do a row and then have like the 2 glass ones, 2 round ones on the end
Right.
over a kitchen island. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, very beautiful.
Beautiful.
Or our dining table.
A dining
Yeah,
table.
it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
sure. Well, it's very difficult to do. The Italian do that. This is Seguso.
Oui.
And Gino Sarfati is the designer of this suspension. You say
Yeah,
that?
and this one's round, the end
Yes,
one.
I
How
have
eccentric.
2.
I love
Actually, I have 2, but the others,
of the rounds.
we had a doubt.
Uh-oh.
We were afraid to have some problems, so
Because they're
put
so
it.
heavy.
Yes, it's very heavy, very heavy.
Très lourd.
And
Well, one of my favorite things is this little step stool here.
Step stool,
I've
yes.
tried to sell this to a couple of people. Look how marvelous and magnificent this is. It's like a little jack. It's like a little jack, and it's
Yes.
wonderful. Can you sit on it?
Yes.
Can I sit on it?
yes, you can
don't
sit on
break it?
Yes.
Maybe I'm too
No,
fat.
you are so slim. It's no problem. But I would be afraid if you are a soccer player.
Un grand garçon.
No,
C'est acajou ou c'est quoi?
oui, it's an exotic wood, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure of if it's mahogany or
Yeah,
not.
I love this piece. It's wonderful.
It's-
I even love the character of the cathedraling in the
Yes.
graining of the wood on the
Yes.
top. It's just beautiful. It's such a simple little table, but it has so much detail. It's really lovely. I must find a home for this.
Yes, you can put everything on it.
Oui.
You can bring it from room to rooms, and it's very handy. And somebody told me that maybe it has been made by Joe Colombo, but
Wow.
there
wow.
is,
That's
I
fabulous,
didn't
yeah.
find on the book. There is
Wow.
not a book with all what he has made, but
Wow. Et c'est quoi le prix pour cette table-là?
I sell it 1,000.
Wow, that's a real bargain. If you found this in New York City, it would be like 10,000. Votre carte, s'il vous plaît.
Yep.
Wonderful. Perfect. Every year in January, they have the Deco Off show in Paris, and a lot of Americans descend upon Paris. And I was afraid that somebody was going to buy this piece before one of my clients came to look at it. It is a magnificent full-wall bibliothèque. It is fabulous. I mean, imagine this on the back wall of somebody's library. It is stunning. It's a gorgeous piece of furniture. And look at this wonderful drop front secretary. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the detail work in this. It's wonderful. It's two woods. On the outside, it's mahogany. On the inside, it looks like it's
sycamore.
Sycamore. It's beautiful.
And you can open the other if you want.
Oh, this side.
Open it
over here.
You see the drawers. It's
oh my
very
goodness!
nice
Yeah.
too.
Look at that.
All
Gorgeous.
these drawers.
All these
Yes.
are actually carved into the wood. How fabulous is that? So I tried to get a client of mine to buy this piece. I'm still trying. Would be perfect in his study.
Yes, but it's big.
It's very big. We measured and he has
Yes.
to move a wall.
Yes.
Alors, Yvon, dites-moi, c'est combien d'années que vous avez cette galerie?
Je suis dans ce métier depuis 30 ans.
Wow, so you were 2 years old when you started?
But I started on the left bank.
Ah
and,
oui.
And I was used to
Rue
sell
de Bac?
Rue de l'Université.
Ah oui,
Au
that's where all the
Au
fancy shops are.
And I was used to sell 18th century furniture,
Ah oui.
pieces of furniture,
Fabulous.
and drawings too.
Really? That's so
Yes.
different from what you have
Yes,
now.
yes,
I think it's
yes,
a lot more mid-century
It
modern.
was really different, but
wow.
I started with that, and
Incredible.
I still love this period. It's
Well,
fabulous.
yes, who doesn't, right?
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
And when you know the furniture of the 18th century,
Yeah.
and when you know pieces like that, which has been made with the old rules of ébénisterie,
Sure. You can
it's
understand. You can understand
yes,
people's.
you see better.
Yeah,
the details.
absolutely.
You see better.
Yeah.
2000.
Wait.
I changed.
Okay.
And I opened the gallery,
The gallery on
in the
Rue
ninth-
Saint-Georges.
Rue Saint-Georges, voilà.
He has a fabulous gallery
And,
right
yes.
right around the corner from where my
Yes,
apartment
yes.
is, on the 9th.
And
It's very cute, but I think that his shop is filled with the most amazing treasures. It's fabulous. I was there yesterday, poking around.
yes, and I came there later.
Wait,
Usually, very ordinary. Usually, the people start at the flea market, and then they open a gallery in the
oui.
city.
Oh, so you
But-
did the reverse.
Yes, I like it. It's better. And I'm very happy to be there.
Oui.
Yes, because we see many peoples.
And would you say your clientele is mostly American? Ou
Many foreigners,
Français,
of course.
Français, Américain.
Many French, of course.
Oui.
Parisian foreigners.
Yeah.
But the main difference is you see them very often, very frequently.
Yeah.
In Paris,
Like me, I come often, frequently.
You come often, and it's very nice.
And when is your most busy season? Would you say the spring, the summer?
No, we have January was a very good month.
Yes. January is Deco off, and that's when all the Americans
June
come.
and
to
July.
Yeah.
June and July were usually very good months.
Very good months,
Yes,
yeah.
because people move, so they're
Sure.
looking new pieces
New
of
pieces.
furniture.
So
and
those are like
new lights,
French
new-
people.
Yes,
Yeah.
French. Oh, I also work a lot with architects.
Ah, oui.
So
Oui.
they-
Architects and interior designers, of course.
And you know, in
Yeah.
La Rue Saint-Georges, there
Oui.
are two very famous architects.
Yes,
We have
yes.
huge projects just like you.
Wow.
And their team often come when they go for lunch. And
They come to see.
come to the gallery to
Yeah.
see and
Oh, that's great.
and we
Take
were
pictures.
used to see very frequently.
Parfait.
So they were very good. Now they send emails. It's they
Not as nice.
Yes.
I always like to
They just
actually
send
come and
email.
see.
Do you have this
Yeah.
piece? Do you have this piece?
what way?
How much is it? Where does it come from? Mais oui, on a perdu un peu ça depuis
Oui.
le Covid.
C'est
en fait.
important pour moi de toucher, de
oui.
voir, pour voir le scale,
ouais.
the size. It's important to see the pieces in person because for me, I like to touch them, I like to feel them, I like to see what they look like, what the scale of them is. It's hard to tell online, and a lot of business has gone online, especially in the interior design business. I'm actually guilty of looking a lot online too. It saves a lot of time for sure, but sometimes you buy something and it comes and you're like, I wasn't sure that size is right, and you were not right.
Yes. So. I can't buy if I didn't see.
Yeah.
except
I agree.
except for pieces that I know very well, and see if, for example, somebody like you wants a special piece.
Yeah.
I know the piece, so if I see it on a picture, I
Yeah.
can say yes, I can buy it, but it's not frequent. I
Yeah.
prefer to touch.
Yeah,
to
I agree.
see.
But also working with vendors for a long time, like I've known Yvonne now for many years, sometimes he will find something that he thinks that it suits my taste and my project, and he'll send me a picture. I love that. He'll be like, what do you think of this piece? And I'm like, oh, I love it. That works perfectly too.
Yes, yes, that's it. When you know very well the people as we know,
Right.
we think of things you may like.
Yeah, specifically
So,
when you're shopping.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
And he shops all over Europe. He goes to Italy
Yes,
often. How many
often.
times a year? 2 or 3 times a year?
More.
More?
More.
Oh,
yes,
wow, more.
Yes,
Wow,
yes,
amazing.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it. You know, you don't have to go to all these places. These vendors actually go to these places and curate them, so they're all located here in the Paris flea market. That's what's beautiful about it.
Yes. The first of all, to say hello
Yes, it's true.
Yes.
It's very, very
when you
important.
come in the shop.
I always
Because
tell my
it's
clients to
it's a
say
shop.
bonjour, actually.
You-
Just start the conversation in French.
Yes, yes.
It's the most friendly way.
It's very important for us.
Instead of walking into somebody's shop and picking up an object before saying hello to the vendor. That's actually kind of offensive to the vendor, because this is actually an extension of their own personality and their own home. So coming into their shop, you must always address the vendor. That's 100% true.
Yes, yes, yes.
I hope I'm not guilty of
Yes, no, you're not guilty
walking
at all.
in and grabbing
Yes.
something.
And you look at the people, because sometimes here you have people, they come in the shop, they don't look at you.
Oh, oui. Oh, no.
They, just like if you don't exist, no more than the chair. Less than the chair.
You know, it's a big myth in the
Issue.
Paris flea markets. I think a lot of people are afraid because they feel like they don't know how to ship things home.
Yes.
But it's actually quite efficient. You know, we have a few shippers that we work with.
A few shippers were efficient,
yeah.
but the problem is if you have only 1 or 2
Yes,
pieces, of
yes.
course you pay more
The key
than
is
if
to
you
buy
have
many
10.
items. Yes, that's why I do big shopping trips with my
Mm,
clients, and we buy huge containers
Yes.
of things and take.
So you
know,
are. It's best.
It
for-
beats the
better for you.
construction the price for shipping for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So.
So shipping, yes, and to
And negotiation.
and negotiation.
How do you feel about negotiation when people
I'm
negotiate with you?
no, I'm not really at ease with negotiation. I mean, my prices are reasonable. I buy
Yes.
something, I know
Yeah.
around how much I can
true.
sell it.
Yeah.
I still have some restoration on it. It means some money, and then I put a normal price, and
Yeah.
the price is written on my list
Oui,
there.
exactement.
So if
It's already
people
there.
come, if you are the king of Saudi
Prussia.
Arabia,
Yeah.
I will not put another price than this one for
Yeah.
you. The same for the prince,
Sure.
for everybody.
Understood.
So I don't
Yeah.
like if the people say, I said it's 1,000. If people say it's 500, I
Yeah.
say no,
No. Yeah.
no, it's not
No, I
possible.
understand. Yeah.
But of course, I know that at the flea market, especially, people like to have a discount.
Wait.
You may make a discount if they take many things, or if they take huge things
Yes, like this.
like
bibliothèque.
this. So you are pleased because you will change le décor.
Oui, the
après.
personality
Voilà,
of the
the
booth.
personality.
Oui,
Donc
exactly, yeah.
I will make a good discount for you
Sure.
if you want to buy it. But anyway, I play the game. Je danse un peu,
Oui.
mais pas trop, tu vois.
Oui, oui, non,
c'est
je
pas
comprends. Oui.
c'est pas mon truc, moi.
Oui, oui.
J'arrive pas. Voilà.
Bon, merci.
C'est-
This is a fabulous piece of art. This is wonderful. Look at the mixture of these materials. You have bronze and you have wood, and look at the little legs on this piece. It's a wonderful table. Okay, we're here in another one of my favorite little booths, and this is Hélène Lalbaltry. She's fabulous. We've bought many, many beautiful things from her. She has a great eye for the most exquisite pieces of furniture. For instance, the minute I walked into her booth today, I noticed two things that just caught my attention. Take a look at this amazing desk. It is fabulous. It's like faux tortoiseshell lacquered. Of course, this is like a decorative arts sort of piece. It's nothing that's very famous or anything, but it is just exquisite. For a decorator like me, it's perfection. Look at the little sort of cabriole-style legs on the bottom. These wonderful pencil drawers. And this, look at this fabulous, these little cache-to where you can put all your little paperwork. Isn't this a marvelous piece? And Helen was just explaining to me that the back side of the desk is also finished. Can you believe it? The whole piece is finished all the way around. So you can actually put this piece of furniture right in the middle of a room. 70?
70.
70,
C'est une fabrication
1970.
70,
Oui.
80.
Et c'est italien ou c'est français?
C'est français.
C'est français, it's French. 1970s. Decorative arts.
Decorative arts.
Oui. Et c'est lac de Chine. Oui. Lacquered.
Lacquer,
Oui.
comme de l'écaille de
Oui.
tortue.
Ah oui, like the
Ouais.
tortoise shell. It's a lacquer of tortoise shell pattern. It's really beautiful. And even these little wonderful brass handles on it, just lovely. Look how beautiful and simple and elegant they are. I love it. I'm going to show it to one of my clients. They better buy it. This is an alabaster lamp. It is the most cuckoo bananas lamp I've ever seen in my life. I've seen it a couple times here, and I've tried to get one of my clients to buy it. But it would be the most extraordinary piece on somebody's desk, you know, in a library or a study or something. It's just gorgeous. It's made of alabaster. It's solid alabaster, and the light that filters through is just so beautiful. It's gorgeous. C'est année quoi?
Années 60.
60, 1960s. It's really a pièce de, you know, it's a piece of art. Really, it's beautiful. Look at this most extraordinary cabinet. On the sides, you have these beautiful decorative finials. And at first, you're not sure what they are. Are they a little decorative detail to the side of the piece? But in reality, they are actually handles for these doors. Look at this. The doors slide right through the frame of the cabinet. Isn't that amazing? I've never seen anything quite like it. I love this. This is the most beautiful bar. It's Cerussed oak, 1950s, French. It's a fabulous piece of furniture. You must have this in your house. Alors, ça fait combien d'années que vous avez fait ça? Vous êtes un vendeur, vendeuse?
Je suis marchande.
Marchande, oui, a merchant, a merchant.
Ça fait 30,
Wow.
33 ans.
My goodness.
Ouais.
Vous avez été 3 ans when you started?
Oui, c'est ça, thank you.
She was 3 when she started.
Non, je suis fille de marchand. Donc,
Wow, so her mother
voilà.
was, her mother,
My father,
her father, her
my
father was
father.
actually a merchant.
Yes.
Wow. Dans Serpette aussi, ou non?
Yeah, in Paulbert.
Ah, Paulbert,
Paulbert,
okay.
but he has been everywhere. Paulbert, Biron.
Est-ce qu'il est là encore?
No, not now.
No, no, no,
But,
okay. Retiré.
il est toujours passionné.
Ah oui. Oui,
Voilà.
oh, the passion is carried on.
Ouais,
So
voilà.
her father was actually a merchant in the
Ouais.
market, and she inherited his passion
So
for
I
being...
was born in antiques.
Good for you, that's fabulous. So was I, but I just inherited it through my own devices. The biggest tip you can give somebody coming through the market.
C'est difficile comme question.
Comment est-ce qu'on,
C'est-
pour faire les négociations, comment est-ce qu'on fait le plus négociation le succès? On commence raisonnable, oui.
On commence absolument. On commence raisonnable. On parle de l'objet.
Ouais,
parce
ouais,
que c'est la
ouais.
qualité, surtout,
Oui.
de l'objet, la pureté, par exemple, comme cette table où il y a vraiment
Oui.
des détails incroyables au niveau de l'enroulement, le bronze,
Ouais.
le piétement sycomore. Voilà. Donc, on explique quand même au
Oui,
départ.
les combinaisons de matériaux, c'est vraiment spécial.
Exactement.
Oui.
Et puis après, on parle du prix.
Ouais.
Et puis,
It is actually customary to speak about a piece in the
Voilà.
shop of the vendor and
Ouais.
discuss with them, you know, the provenance of the piece, the materials, where they acquired the piece, and sort of really exert interest in the piece because, you know, genuinely these are pieces that they have curated. So you're not just walking into a booth and demanding a price. You know, it's a much friendlier approach to be able to discuss the object and think about where they found it from, and they tell you these great stories of how they found it, where it came from.
Exactement.
Then you get further with negotiations that way, right?
Ah oui. Au départ, c'est une passion quand même,
Oui.
ce métier. Donc on a envie de parler des objets
Oui.
et de transmettre.
Vous êtes beaucoup fierté.
Voilà, de
Oui.
trouver l'objet, de le mettre en situation,
Ouais.
d'expliquer, on
They
est.
take great pride in the pieces they
Voilà,
have in their
voilà,
shop. Yeah.
voilà. Et après, évidemment, il y a la partie
Ouais.
négociation.
Oh. Oops.
Mais on peut être souple. We can be.
Sometimes she's very
Sometimes.
nice.
It depends.
I like to try and become friends with my vendors because I think they're such great people. They have such great eye. And I actually aspire to have the wonderful pieces that they have in their shops and discover where they found them from. I actually enjoy listening to their stories of how they curated their pieces.
Merci, Caroline.
Oui, merci à vous. Even though it's a small, little, simple table, there are so many layers of beautiful interest in this beautiful piece. Wonderful. Années 50? 50?
40.
40s. French? Français?
Oui, français.
Almost like a Jacques Adonay piece. It could be Jacques
Yes,
Adonay.
or Arbus, André Arbus,
André
ou
Arbus,
Lucien
which we
Rollin.
love. One of the most intimidating things about buying things in the Paris flea markets has really been people's fear of shipping things back home. It's actually a perfect science. There are a few shipping companies that work the market, and I have a couple of great shippers that I work with. Euroline happens to be my favorite, Nasser. So what happens is whenever I come to the flea market, I go directly to the shipping office, and I pick up what is known as a carnet. A carnet is basically a little booklet that has a number of pages in it. And so when you meet a wonderful vendor like Hélène, and you find a fabulous piece of furniture like this gorgeous table that I want to buy, I will fill in all the information on the piece of paper and give her the actual sheet of paper. That's her the yellow sheet she gets. And I'll turn this sheet into the shipper. And then the beauty of that is that you don't have to actually bring any money to the flea market. So once you go back to the States, you can wire your money back directly to the shipper. And then he comes and picks up the pieces and pays the vendor. This is actually an example of a shipper getting ready to ship some fabulous chairs. Where are these going?
Oh, this is going to
New York?
US.
US, of course. Going to the US, of course. And I saved the best for last. This is the brocante, which is actually not inside the flea market. It's actually adjacent to the Paul Bert market. And one of my favorite vendors has her booth all the way at the end. I actually met her accidentally one day when we were in the main market with a client, and we were looking at a coffee table, and it had been sold to somebody else. And she actually, from a distance, said, "Oh, I have a coffee table just like that in my booth." So I said, "Oh, I've never seen your booth before." She's like, "Oh, you've probably never come to my booth." So it was true. I'd never been to her booth, but ever since then, I would come all the time. It's a special treat. Come, let's take a look at Monique's booth. Isn't this the essence of what you think of when you think of the Paris flea market? It is so charming and so beautiful. Monique's booth is wonderful, and she has the most beautiful eye and the most beautiful things. Bonjour, Monique. Ça va? Oui? Bonjour.
Hi.
How are you? How are
Fine.
you doing? This is my Monique.
Hi,
She's
nice
lovely.
meeting
We
you.
love her. She has the most exquisite things, and I always find the most
Except
wonderful
it's a
treasures.
mess.
No, it's not. It's not a mess. Come on through. Let's take a look. She always has the best lighting fixtures. Whee! Oh, this console is very nice. Look how nice this is.
That's Italian from the 40s.
Wow. C'est très mignon. This is the perfect little console for a New York City apartment. It's so small, it's so shallow, but it has so much style to it. It's wonderful. Look at the marquetry inlay. It's really stunning. It's fabulous. 400 euros. Somebody has to buy this. This is cute. The little bookcase.
Okay.
I love these rubans.
At the painting,
L'art, yeah.
there is a set of 6.
Wow.
And for the set of 6,
Est-ce qu'on sont les tailles différentes? Oui.
la mesure?
Les mesures sont différentes, oui. They're different sizes, yeah.
Oui. That is
Fascinant,
smaller.
wow. It's beautiful, yeah. And these lampshades too. Monique has the most beautiful lampshades. Oh, I love those lamps, are
Ceramic
gorgeous. C'est du verre?
Ceramic.
Céramique, wow. Oh, c'est intéressant ça.
Unexpensive.
Oui,
900.
for a pair, wow.
With
Excellent.
the lampshade, and they are gold inside.
Oh, I love that, yeah. Oh, these are really nice actually. Look at this, it's beautiful. Burl maple.
Burr maple.
Burl maple is very, very rare. Beautiful.
Also, so at the behind, you have 2 sliding doors in case someone wants to stay behind
From behind.
to serve the
Wow,
drinks.
that's fabulous. Fantastique ça. Look at this where you put all the glasses in like that. Oh, and look at this. Ah! Ça, c'est très mignon.
C'est marrant. Sorry.
C'est
On
très
both
mignon.
sides you have-
Wow. And even the hardware. This is
It's,
ivory. This
and
is
then you
a
have a-
piece of art.
Right.
Wow, and then the sides
Like
flare
both
out.
Side open or closed.
Wow, that's amazing. Look at this, it's so great.
And the
This
lamp.
lifts
Voilà.
up.
And
We
that folds.
Wow. Here, I'll move this down.
Okay, fine.
Ah.
Don't worry.
Ooh,
No,
yeah, it's very
no,
heavy.
no,
Ooh.
No, no, ça va.
Okay, it's like a low ice bucket. Isn't that beautiful?
Glass to cool the glass.
Yes, that's fabulous. Look at that. So you actually put the
Ice
you put
in it.
ice in the bucket, and then you put the rim of the rim of the glass. It's perfect for a summer party in the Hamptons. You can put some ice on your table, cool your glasses, and then put some lemonade in there,
Or champagne.
or Long Island iced tea. Whoop. Oh wow! Look at this. These are called salt and pepper lamps. Can you see why?
And also,
Are these 70s as well?
yes,
Oh, these are fabulous. How do they light?
they have, well, you have to put the light on.
Is it plugged in?
You have to plug the
I have to plug it in, yeah. But I guess this is.
We can plug it in.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I love it.
From a designer.
Very cute. You can never have too many silver pieces in your collection. Look at this wonderful array of lovely little silver objects that she has. Look at these wonderful serving spoons. How gorgeous are these? Fabulous.
Wait, you can keep them on your
Yeah.
foot just a tiny bit longer.
This is fun, old-fashioned.
Beautiful.
This is old-fashioned to pour tea. For tea.
Oh yes. Oh, I love this. When I'm a huge tea drinker, so I love tea. So this is like you put your little tea bag on here and it drains into this little pot. How fabulous is that? I'd have that in my own house.
It's fun.
I love it. And look at this great little lamp. Isn't this gorgeous? She has a wonderful collection of little lamps here too. And I've purchased so many from her over the past few years. Like these are just wonderful for little console or even bookshelf lamps. I had this fabulous project once in New York, and they had a room lined with bookcases. And I bought these tiny little lamps, and I used them as little shelf lamps. They're perfection. They just add a little spot of light in the bookcase. They're wonderful. How perfect are these for that kind of an instance? I'd buy these in a minute if I had that project now.
When they come here, they are surprised of the variety of things and the quantity because
Yeah.
we are at the very end of an alley, lost in the boonies.
Not quite. She's a destination, actually.
Anyhow,
But she does have a tremendous amount of beautiful and eccentric things. It's a wonderful collection. But it's always sometimes very important that you look at things very carefully. You know, because sometimes you'll miss, and there's so many things in a shop like this that you might miss the most wonderful, beautiful, objet d'art or something gorgeous. But there's always a wonderful treat to find in Monique's booth. So I always tell people to pace themselves and give themselves enough time to shop in the wonderful little booths that are filled with gorgeous little objects like this.
And it's always a pleasure to see Garo in Paris.
Aw, merci.
Non, mais c'est vrai.
Oh. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot about the Paris flea markets and enjoyed this tour and the secrets to the trade. I'm off to see my clients now. See you later. Bye, Monique.
Today, Homeworthy is taking you on an exclusive tour of one of France's most famous flea markets, with Ajuria Key treasure hunting and sharing antiquing insights along the way. Discover the amazing items that make it into her cart by the end of the show, and let us know your own favorites in the comments below. Enjoy! You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
Bonjour, Ajuria Key here, founder of Madame de la Maison and author of Joie, a Parisian's Guide to Celebrating the Good Life. And today I'm going to share with you guys the Puce de Saint-Ouen, which is on the outside of Paris. It's actually not in Paris like people think. This is Saint-Ouen. And the flea market, which we would say in English, was created in the mid-1800s. But what we really see today came about like 1920. Like, we are in Marché Vernasson, which is one of the different markets. The Puce is made up of 15 different markets. There's about 2,500 vendors in all these 15 markets. But in Vernasson, where we are right now, there's about 220 to 250 different vendors. So the entire flea market kind of is about 7 hectares with 12 football fields put together, which is pretty massive. So, you know, that's why today I'm just going to show you some of the places that I like to go when I come. I don't try to see all of it. I don't have time to walk through 12 football fields. So, you know, you pick a few, you check it out, and you leave with your treasures. And another thing that's important is you can make it a whole day affair. Come in the morning, start early, get the goods, take a break for lunch, have some rosé, you know, and then keep wheeling your cart around and buying more things. So let's go. It's impossible to see everything, so I always try to like just kind of look a little bit, see what I like. Sometimes I stop. You don't have to stop at everything. It's impossible. Bonjour. So one of the things when I go to the flea market is I always take my chariot, my cart, because I don't like to have a bad back. So with my cart, I can put all the things that I buy inside, and that makes it very easy. The other thing that's important is I always kind of bring like just a little, you know, I have either a fanny pack or like a little crossbody bag. Comfortable shoes, very important, so you can enjoy yourself. Oui, ça va?
Bien, toi?
Oui, très bien. Est-ce qu'on peut juste faire une petite visite pour mon vidéo pour chez vous? Ok, cool. Je vais laisser mon chariot ici. Oui, c'est bon? Ok. I love coming here because he has beautiful silver items, all kinds of great stuff for the table. You never leave without buying something. Bar for apéro. Very chic cocktail shakers. I love the shape of that. This is really nice. Little wine coaster. And you know what? He has a map of Vernasson, which is really good because I think every vendor has a map here, and so you can ask them if they have a map. They'll give you their map and maybe show you exactly where they are. So if you want to come back, if you want to remember who they are, I think that's really something to keep and hold on to so you can remember your favorite shops. This is such a beautiful box. You can do so many things with it. It makes a great present. You can put playing cards in there, probably. I would put playing cards in there. And maybe something at the bar, maybe some matches, playing cards and matches. That would be something really pretty to put in there. And look at these little name card holders. These would be absolutely darling on, like, if you had a table for a baby shower. You could put, if it was a baby shower, maybe you'd have a buffet and you could put little cards of like what the different food you're serving is. It's very sweet. He always has the best stuff. Ooh, look at this, Dior. Chico.
j'aurais pas le temps.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, hi chérie, how are you? Such a wonderful friend.
Yes, good to see you. Well, you know, I love coming here because she always teaches me everything I need to know about hardware, doorknobs, handles, everything. We sit on the floor and you dump out these buckets.
And you look inside and I tell you, okay. Jean-Pierre Jankowski and Monique. And my husband has been an antique dealer for 60 years or so. We've done this merchandise for 20 years or so.
Okay.
And we discovered that it's so rich. You know, at first we just sold some knobs and some levers. Knobs and levers, you remember, huh?
Yes.
Then we saw we had to add all sorts of things. There are things that we don't even know what they're useful at, but they belong to a house. And if you want to have a beautiful house, you come here.
Yeah, exactly. And so how long have you been in Serpette?
40 years, I think.
40 years.
83, hein? Yes, 40 years.
That's amazing.
I don't know if we are I don't think so. Some people must have been here in Polbert or Serpette longer than we have.
Oh, wow.
I think so. Celle qui fait les robes d'Agaumier. Ouais.
That's amazing. Do you feel like you've seen it change, you know, the time that you've been here?
Oh, yes. The merchandise has changed a lot. Well, in the beginning, you sold all sorts of furniture.
Yeah. Oh,
Furniture,
okay.
anything that, paintings.
Yes.
Oui, des meubles. Oui, oui. But also maybe porcelain, maybe anything that looked good to you and that you had bought. Now we realize
to specialize.
Very soon it was necessary to specialize.
Yes.
Because the antique market is very large, you know, the Puce de Paris, Puce de Clignancourt, lots of shops. So you have to have your specialty.
Yeah.
And before this, we used to do salle de bain. That means sinks, bathtubs, everything, bathroom equipment.
Sinks.
And there was a good clientele, wonderful. But then we decided to change to this. It's less heavy.
Okay, yes.
One thing, it's not as heavy. But also the fashion of salle de bain completely changed now. They really invented things that are very nice now. Voilà. So that's for the story.
Yeah, but so tell me, but where do you find all of this? Like,
this is particularly difficult to find. C'est difficile à trouver. So we have contacts with many people who buy, who know that if they bring us, we will probably buy what they have found, because we cannot go everywhere and everywhere in France.
Why don't you show me some cool pieces that you have here today?
Some
cool pieces. What are some interesting things that we can see?
Okay, then this is to ring the bell. Neo-Gothic.
Oh, wow.
With a lion.
Love.
It's a beautiful piece. Very, very, well, unusual.
Yeah. But I love that, you know, look at that. Look at the hardware on the back.
Up.
Even just the mechanics of it.
Well, then somebody will have to fix it for you, to make sure it rings.
Connected to a bell.
These are a huge door.
Oh, wow, those are huge.
Entrance door on the street. Voilà.
I love
This is a beautiful pair because there's hardly ever this size, this work, and a pair matching.
You're right, a pair matching, it's rare.
This is a lock, and this is to put in your beautiful Haussmann living room. You have that on almost all the double doors. Well, these are particularly good looking. This one does have the handle.
Okay.
Well, this is a knob.
Yes.
And to put the key here. And to hide the key, you have a little cache-clé.
Yeah, that's cute.
Voilà. So
God, they're so heavy.
they're very heavy. To put the drape.
Yeah.
Then you also have a piece of fabric or press
Yeah.
that you
tie.
that you tie on this.
So you would put this into the wall.
You put this into the wall, and then your drapes come down, and to tie them back, put them here.
Oh, I need
You
one of
have
these.
this kind of thing at the Hôtel de la Marine, Place de la
I
Concorde.
love the Hotel de la
And
Marine.
some have men or women. They're all very beautiful in general.
Oh, I think I need one of these.
Voilà, this is a pair.
These are so
You
beautiful.
have two.
I don't
Also
think I've ever
tie
seen
back.
I've never seen these here before.
No,
So you
but
no,
you don't look
no.
up.
I know. I need them.
Now we have lots of
Oh,
Hooks.
so these I've seen, the hooks.
hooks. We have many, many hooks right
And you
now.
also had those big ones where you tie back the. Oh, these are magnificent. Oh my God.
Ah, you
Yeah.
put them up on either side. See, this is simply ironed, but look at the design. The design is beautiful. This is a siren, a siren. I don't know
Yeah,
what you say
a
in
mermaid.
English. A mermaid, of course. And it holds a fish, and the fish has the shape for your coat. You know, not to ruin your coat. It has a good shape. The base is beautifully made, and the mermaid is. It's really a lovely piece
Heavy.
in my eyes.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's so unique too. And
Unique,
just, like,
and
very
I only
heavy.
have one.
Yeah.
So it's really unique, Ajira.
I love it. Oh, what's this?
This is a tap.
Oh. I've never seen this here.
Well, they're always here, but no, we sell them. It's not
I-
usual to have them.
I want this.
This will be a gift for you.
No.
No, because this is fun. We bought it this summer in the country.
Oh.
It was just there on the floor, and I thought, well, this looks good. Let's buy it.
It's so wonderful. Oh, I'm gonna do something with this. I love visiting them because, you know, they're full of knowledge. They love talking to me. They love sharing all of their knowledge. I could stay there forever. That's why you absolutely have to know your vendors, because they are the key to really understanding the puce and getting all the real treasures. Know your vendors. Oh, we're about to go visit one of my friends, Pamela, who I met here, and she's become one of my dear friends. She knows what I like. Can you tell me a little bit about your shop? What's the name of your shop?
Pamela.
Perfect.
Original.
And how long have you been here at Vernaison?
Oh, in Vernaison, toujours.
Really?
Yes, I am
Yes.
the fourth generation.
Fourth
In this job,
generation.
yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, it's for that. I can tell you, I work here
Yeah.
depuis until I have maybe 14 ans.
Really, 14 years old.
Yes,
You've been here.
I work with my father
Yeah.
the Monday, and he gives me just 30 francs, 30 francs.
Yeah.
Papa, c'est pas bien.
Yeah,
C'est pas assez.
wonderful. So you've been here since you were a child.
Pour les œufs mimosa, you put the eggs inside.
That's cute.
Œuf mimosa, it's
Yeah.
when you mix le jaune d'œuf
Yeah.
et la mayonnaise.
Yeah. What do we call it in English? Deviled eggs. We call it deviled eggs in English. I love that.
Voilà.
And
Et
I like this little
hop.
spot for the.
Voilà. You put the eggs inside. And after it for the salt and the pepper.
Perfect. So what I love about coming to Pamela's shop is we have a similar love of art de la table, and we love finding obscure objects and finding out what their uses are. You know, I come in here and she'll be like, you need to see this. You know, this is how this works. And I think we have that shared passion for, the treasures and finding things. So when I come here, I always know I'm gonna be able to find like little, cute, bizarre things that she's gonna explain to me, which is perfect.
Yes.
So, I mean, look at this. She always has all these beautiful saut de glaçon ice buckets, which people really love right now. People are
Yes.
really into it. Tell me, like, what do you love? What do you love about some of these ones?
Oh, I love when you have the mix of the metal and the crystal.
Yeah.
I love that. And the people love too all the things for the shot, for the liquor shot, and the small glasses. So it's for that you need the ice bucket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ouais.
Let's go. Let's look at some of her collection of glassware. I mean, amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Also, you know, another thing that's really great that I learned from you is like, you know, looking at this glass, like, you know, the Baccarat de Nancy.
Oui, this is the name of the model.
Yeah. And so tell me a little bit about, because Baccarat didn't sign their...
No,
Yeah.
they didn't sign until 1936.
Yeah.
They just put a sticks, in pastille.
Yeah.
And after they engrave au cul du verre.
Yeah, on the bottom of the glass.
Voilà.
So you have to know
the name of the model, but we have a lot of books for that. And it's the same thing for Baccarat and Saint-Louis. They didn't sign.
Okay.
And after they sign, so we have a book, we have archive, and we have to see, but we have to
remember.
We need a good memory. Baccarat, it's a big manufacturer in France. Look like Saint-Louis, Sèvres, but Saint-Louis and Baccarat are the best. And you have the stamp. Ah oui. And you have the stamp here.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is the same thing for the Saint-Louis.
Yeah.
Me,
So this is the Nancy. How to tell the difference between glass and crystal is very simple.
And you never have to do that. If not, you break the glass. No, don't do that. Never.
And
Never.
My kids also love to do this.
Yes, or if no, you take your finger and just do that.
Better.
And you listen to the sounds.
Yeah.
Sound.
Yeah.
But you see that with the color.
Yeah.
When you have crystal, you have different color. You have a blue, you have a yellow. You see it is shining more than the glass.
Yeah.
And generally the glass is more épais.
Yeah,
more,
thicker. Yeah.
Voilà.
So this is for, you said cheese?
You can use the knives for the cheese and after for the fruit or for the cake.
Yeah.
Because in France we have cake look like les millefeuilles.
Yeah.
It's strong and you can't cut with your spoon, so you need a knife.
Yeah. And that's another tip we should remember is that, you know, if you find something beautiful, you need to use your imagination. Like, yes, this is for cheese, but it can be used for dessert, like a millefeuille, like you said, a hard dessert, or a starter, perhaps.
Yes, the starter too.
Yeah.
Le foie gras.
Yes, you can use it for anything. You know, it's just, you know.
And the fruit.
Fruit. Oh yes.
Salad fruit.
Yeah, to cut. Yeah, absolutely. Like when you find something at the Pousse, if it's beautiful to you, you use it for what you want to use it for.
Yes.
Tell me about this glassware. This is beautiful, this shape.
Oui. Alors, this is a Dome, France. It's look like, I forget to tell you, it's the same thing like the brand Baccarat and Saint-Louis.
Okay.
Dome is a very famous manufacturer in France.
Okay.
And this model, I don't know what is this model.
Yeah.
I didn't find anything about this. It looks like a flower.
Yeah.
They are very heavy.
Heavy. Yeah.
And it's a sign on the feet. You see, Dome.
Oh,
France.
yes, they're signed. You know, even if you weren't able to find much information about Dome, it's a beautiful object.
Yes.
And so, you know, I always tell people, you know, you pay for something that you think is beautiful, that you love.
Yes,
that's
but
what it's
often
about.
the
Like,
people want a story. They want
we
I
love a
say
story.
something and I say I don't know what to say. In fact,
Yeah.
I don't have story about that.
Yeah.
It's like what you say. It's beautiful. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, and that's something I always say is like, you know, yes, it's part of why we love antiques because we love a story, but maybe sometimes the story is just that you found it here.
Right.
You were in Paris at the Marché Vernissant and you found this beautiful object, Chez Pamela, that you loved, and that's the story. And you know, and you pay the price is what you want to pay. You're willing to pay for it. So.
And when you see, for example, when you see a glass, in crystal. Someone will tell me, this is a brand. I say, I don't know, but I know it's something because we feel that.
Yeah.
And when we ask me, how do you know? I say, I don't know, I feel that. I feel it.
Yeah. You feel the beauty and the craftsmanship and the work that was gone into it. I mean, like, look at this. It's very unique.
Oui.
So, since you've been here forever,
Ouais.
what is one piece of advice you would give to somebody who's coming here for the first time?
Déjà, ils peuvent s'adresser à l'office de tourisme,
Yeah.
qui est rue des Rosiers, qui est juste à côté. Et ça peut leur dégrossir un petit peu le marché, comme dans tous les pays d'ailleurs.
Yeah.
Et ensuite, ils peuvent s'adresser, they take a guide.
Yeah.
And,
take a guide.
ça, c'est bien. Ça, c'est bien parce que surtout dans des petits, à Vernaison, où c'est assez atypique et tout.
Yeah.
Puis ça vous raconte l'histoire du marché aux puces, du marché Vernaison. Et ça peut être un bon conseil de prendre un guide. Ça, c'est
Yeah.
pas mal.
Yeah.
Après, si on ne peut pas, c'est pas grave, faut se perdre.
Yeah.
Parce qu'en fait, se perdre,
Yeah.
c'est la meilleure des choses.
Yeah. I love that.
Parce que
Yeah.
tu découvres et
Get
voilà.
lost.
Ça,
Yeah.
c'est bien.
Absolutely. And that's another tip I have to say is definitely, like, this is a great place to be a flâneur or a flâneuse.
Bien sûr.
You know, just see what you see. You don't need to go to every single marché, except Marché Vernisson. And you don't need to stop at every stand. You know, walk around, see what you see, you know, see what attracts you, and then, you know, go. And part of it is also about the experience, I think, too.
And you always discover something. Like in my
Absolutely.
neighbor, I can go every day in his shop.
Yeah.
And I can discover every day something.
Yeah, very true.
And in this job, is what is beautiful too. It's that you discover every day something
Yes.
about an object,
Yes.
about n'importe quoi.
Yeah. You know, something that I look for when I'm shopping for Madame de la Maison is something that's unique, something that, you know, somebody can't get somewhere else, or where you can appreciate the craftsmanship. And this, I mean, if you look at the detail of, you know, the inlay of how this was made, looks like just a box, but then you open it, and it's, I didn't even notice that sound. But maybe it was for cigarettes, or maybe little, I mean, I would assume cigarettes, but then, you know, I don't know why it's singing a little bit of a sound, so maybe it was for crayons, but most likely cigarettes. But that's unique. I think this is a really, really unique piece, and that's what people want, special pieces that have a story. And I'm always in love with glassware because, I mean, you know, all the details, the cut crystal, you know, the splits here. I mean, this is magnificent. And you put this on your table, the color, the light. You know, I'm never sick of finding good glassware. I always take photos when I'm here because sometimes I need inspiration, I get ideas. I have other clients who are looking for things and they're asking me to send it to them. But you should never take photos at the Pousse without asking the vendor first. Always say, do you mind if I take a photo? They might say no, respect it, or they might say yes, but just always ask first. Sometimes I'm walking around and I see things and I can just imagine them on a table. And this, I just imagine on a table with like cheese on it. Some cheese and a little bit of figs. And so immediately I see like this is something that I need to buy. The color. Also, I like when things can mix with other things I have. I use a lot of blue and white plates, and I can imagine that on a blue and white plate. I can imagine really how I can mix it into what I already have. So, and it's just unique. Like this work, the paint, and yeah. And I'm also buying these because these do really well in the shop. People love these little salt and pepper swans. You can put anything you want in them, of course, but they're very cute. Look at the little tip of the nose. And Limoges is in the south, southeast?
Non, c'est
Southwest.
C'est au sud de la France, c'est ça.
Yeah, south
5
of
heures de
France.
Paris.
Yeah. And I've been to Limoges once, and that's where a lot of the porcelain factories were. So it's, you know, a lot of times a vendor wants to tell you that something's from Limoges, and it's because it was the center of production. is I wanted to stop because Gilles and Julie, who own this shop, were probably the first people who were so welcoming to me here. I got to know them when I started my business, and he gave me his phone number and said that he would help me, and if I was looking for things, he would actually load them up in his van and bring them to my apartment in the center of Paris. So, you know, having that kind of relationship just changed everything. If I needed a van, if I was looking for something, I could text him. So, you know, I repeat again to get to know the vendors because they have beautiful stories, but also, you know, they become your friends, and Gilles and Julie are my friends now. So I always stop in here to see what he has and just to say hi even. Gilles!
Nice to see you again. Long time ago.
Yes, I know. So this is Gilles. He's one of the first vendors that I became friends with here at the Puce de Saint-Ouen and Marché Vernaisson. He's taught me a lot about the Marché Vernaisson because he used to be the president of the Marché. Okay.
No, yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. Well, but he's taught me a lot, and also, you know, he's helped me out a lot when I'm looking for things. I can call him and tell him what I'm looking for. So, can you tell us a little bit about how long you've been here? What's the name of your shop, first of all?
The name of the shop is Idée Broc. I think idée like having an idea, and broc like brocante, like flea market.
Yeah.
Not sure if it was the best name, but when we created the shop, I was in front of administrative people who told me, okay, what's the name of the shop? I have to write something. And I don't know. Idée Broc. Like that. Then we wanted to change, but changing a name is always complicated, so we didn't change. So now it's Idée Broc. It's like that.
Perfect. And how long have you been here?
We arrived in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. Julie, so my wife, was pregnant.
Yeah.
And she just quit the job she got before, and we work here, and we see on the door a 06, a phone number.
Yeah.
If you want to rent, please just have a call. And at the same time, my mother-in-law used to have, she collect all her life, she collect things like that. But she need money at this time, and she had a lot of things like that. And so I said, okay, we can just take the store for like 3 months. Yeah. We go to get all the stuff from your mother. We try to sell them. We give her the money, and then we close the store. We did that, except that we didn't close the store.
You're still here.
And we're still here.
Okay.
And now we have a second store.
Yeah. Okay. A really important tip is you don't let anything get away. Like if there's something that you've been looking for, if it's out of your price range, the price is what you're willing to pay for it. So this is something that I would say, don't let something you love get away, because I have been looking for these plates because they're really hard to find now. And since Gilles hasn't had some in a while, and he has some here, and I'm definitely taking every last one of them. And, you know, I think I might need this. I think I said earlier about using your imagination. Like, this is a soup tureen that doesn't have a top. And I think what's really cool is, like, you could use it as a planter. You can plant some succulents in it. You could also just use it as a salad bowl, a really beautiful salad bowl, or, you know, put your pasta in it on the table. But I mean, planter or for food, like, who cares if it doesn't have the top if not actually for soup? So definitely always use your imagination. You can do whatever you want with anything that you find beautiful.
So in this store, I'm specialized about popular faience. So ceramic, classical ceramic. And it's not like with the there is no really porcelain things. Faience is the opposite of the porcelain. Is what everybody could have. Porcelain was for the upper class maybe, and faience was for everybody. And so we have faience from around 1850 to 1950, this period. Sometimes we have a few things that are older. On this pile, for example, so this is from the beginning of the 19th century. Yeah. But having stuff from the beginning of the 19th century is quite difficult. Yeah. So that's why I have them here. Yeah. Most of the stuff here are from the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century.
How much are these bowls? These are great.
Yeah, 20 and 15.
Yeah, okay. 50?
15. Because there is no signature on this one,
yeah.
and there's a signature on this one.
I like them. Whenever you have bowls, I want them. Okay, I take these, for sure.
Okay, great.
For sure.
So tureen without the lid, 2 bowls, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Maybe
plates
make
from the end of 19th century.
A global special.
Maybe we'll try to make a global special
You don't have
prices.
to for those. You don't. I get it. Vraiment, je comprends.
Sainte-Amandinoise is from the north of France.
Yeah. For those, you don't have to, Gilles, because je comprends. Vraiment. How much are these plates?
For example, so the plates is 15 euros for this period, for end of 19th century.
Yeah.
Until yet. Maybe it's become always more difficult to find because all the entire world is looking for terre de fer.
Plates, exactly.
So, and now even the people in the countryside know that.
Yeah. So something I always tell people, you know, when you bargain with a vendor, you have to sort of like respect their prices. But it's okay to sort of ask, you know, like, do you know, could you make like a little price for me if I buy something together? You know, see what they're willing to offer you, and then you take it or you don't. I wouldn't really ask for anything more than that.
You always have the right to.
Yes.
It's not forbidden to ask.
Yeah. Don't ask, don't get.
Yeah. For some products, I'm really short. And I can't make any negotiation. But for other products, it's possible. It's depending.
Yeah. And so how do you find all this stuff?
We drive a lot. So different way, but most of them are from the countryside.
Yeah.
So we drive in the countryside. Yeah. My family is living in the west side of France.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to get there. I sleep by the family house, and then I go all around doing all the flea markets, all the small brocantes. And then when I go in holiday somewhere, also I use every occasion are good to have a look. This is a porcelain de restaurant also, and as an old one, I have.
They're so heavy.
Yeah, because so it's very strong, and if you cogne, if you have this plate and another one together, this one win.
Oh yeah, that's heavy.
Puce de Saint-Ouen is like all the dealers. The dealers here are living in different part of the France. The best selection of that we can find. You know, a dealer in the countryside will have quite everything. And then a dealer here will go to this dealer and just select what he knows could be sell. And so all the dealers are concentrated in a small area, flea market here, Puce de Saint-Ouen. So if you just walk here, you have an idea about what is the best selection at the moment for different category of population, but you know that. And if you see with the same product to different dealers, you know that this is the product that I have to get right now. And sometimes we speak together. For example, you know Boris, a friend here, and he say, okay, now I want to try something new. And then he speak to me, he say, okay, I try this Valoris modern things, and I will check, I will tell you how it's going, how far, how fast I can sell them or not. And we speak a lot together. There is no, well, in my social network, there is no competition. We speak freely together, and okay, this I can sell it. Yeah, if you find something like that, take it because it's good to sell it. Well, we help each other.
That's what I love about joining your world, and because no one's competitive. Everyone's sharing and like calling each other if you find something. Everyone's so friendly in the antique world, and I really, really love that. But
I don't know if it's everybody, but yeah, like, and you are like that too. Price is 165, and so you ask me for a deal because you take a lot of stuff, and also because you came here a lot of time. So and because we start together. So maybe.
And that's right. You started in 2017, and I started in 2018.
Yeah. And so, well, to be honest, usually when somebody asks me, I will make like 10%. but when it's like a professional,
Yeah.
so people who come a lot or buy a lot,
Yeah.
I will be until 20%.
Okay. Yeah.
And no more. So here, for example, 20% will be, ça fait quoi? 16, 50, ça fait 32, 33, 33, 165, 135, 132, so 132, so 130.
Okay. Perfect.
130 euros for the set.
Merci.
You're welcome.
So also, I know a lot of times people say you have to bring cash to the flea market, and you do. You should bring some cash, but it's modernizing now. So a lot of vendors do have credit card machines. So have cash, but maybe you can ask if they have a credit card machine. Oh, and even better than a credit card machine, because I don't even know where my wallet is, I'm going to pay with my phone. The phone or whatever you say. Perfect. Merci. Thanks for letting me show you around one of my favorite places, the Pousse Saint-Ouen. And I hope you come visit and visit all my favorite vendors and find lots of great treasures. Au revoir.
Today on Homeworthy, we're pulling back the curtain of one of the biggest antique fairs in the country, Round Top, Texas. We'll be guiding you through the tent of one of the fair's most prolific antique dealers, East End Salvage. Casey Lyford, who started East End Salvage with her husband Robert, shows us her favorite pieces in their collection this season. Enjoy!
Welcome to Round Top, Texas. My name is Casey and I'm with East End Salvage, and we're here at our white barn at Blue Hills at the Round Top Antique Show. I'm going to show you inside. So I wanted to start with a little bit about our business. So we focus on European antiques. I buy everything from a few countries: England, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, a little bit of Sweden, and actually in this collection we have some beautiful pieces from Italy as well. When I'm sourcing pieces, there's a few things that I like to look for. I want to make sure that the piece is authentic. I'm really looking for the real deal, true antiques, no reproductions at all. So when I buy a piece, I really examine it and make sure that it has a few things that I think are important. One, I want to make sure that the piece is made with sturdy materials. If it is a painted piece, I want to see character to it. I want to see the paint has fallen off and that it's originally old paint. With the stained pieces, I like to see character and different darks and lights within it. That also shows authenticity. I'm also looking for pieces that are functional. I think it's very important that a table is the right height to eat at, or a table is the right height to use in the kitchen as an island. I want to make sure that cabinets have shelves that we can be used. So it's very important that a piece can be taken into a modern home and be used in today. Another thing I'm looking for is patina. I think it's really important that pieces have character to them, that show worn spots and even cracks and crackle areas and splits in the wood, things that like really show that it was used and it was loved and that it's been in this world for a long time. Okay, so now let's walk around because I want to point out a few of my favorite pieces in this collection. This must be my favorite piece. At least I've claimed it to be, and I said it out loud multiple times. So I want to talk about this. This is a screened cabinet. It's made out of oak. The frame is oak, but it has this beautiful old metal screening in it. And it would have been used as a food pantry. It was found in the northern side of France, and it was used at a farmhouse. I think it is beautiful even inside as well. It has these really large slatted shelves, so it has great storage. And I could see it obviously in a kitchen again, full of dishes, but I could also see it in a bedroom full of quilts or in a bathroom with beautiful fluffy white towels. I love this old book. It's dated 1645. It's from Italy. It just amazes me that something this old has lasted all of these years. These little pots were used for escargots, to serve escargot in restaurants in France. Okay, so I wanted to show you this piece. This is a personal piece. So many of you probably don't know, but I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and this is my third small business. My first business when I was younger, I was a decorative painter. So we did murals and faux finishing and all these specialty decorative paint techniques, ironically, to make pieces look old. So it is kind of funny that now I buy pieces that actually are old, that have the original paint. But for 10 years of my life, I really tried to replicate old finishes, which I think is kind of giving me an advantage because I can tell if a piece is authentically old or if it's been touched up or repainted in today's world. I kind of know all the secrets. But I wanted to point this piece out because this is an old muralist ladder. It's early 20th century. It came from France. It was used for an artist who would have stood on the top here and had his paint can so he could easily reach the highest point. And it has these old wooden wheels that I just think are charming. I cleaned this piece up. It didn't just have paint on it, but it had a lot of dirt on it as well. And I think it would be beautiful if it were just like a showpiece in the entry. You could put a lamp on it with a stack of books. You could even lay books on the steps here. And I just think it would be a statement piece in whichever room. So I have this incredible collection. Look at how many there are, and they're all different. These are old mustard pots. They're from the Netherlands and Belgium, and they were all handmade out of stoneware, and every single one is slightly different. Some of them have the maker's marks and the stamps and all the different coloring, and I just think they're the most charming little decorative object. All right, I wanted to show you this piece because it's very, very special and very rare. We actually found this hat rack at the Paris flea market and just had to have it. I have not seen a piece like it before. It is handmade out of bamboo, wicker, and rattan that was all painted in the 1920s. It was originally used in a hat shop in Italy. It probably had feminine, delicate little woman's hats on it, but we're in Texas, so I had to put a collection of cowboy hats. So as we've been walking through, you may have noticed that there's quite a bit of architectural paneling throughout the space. This beautiful piece that is peeking through the hat rack, that has all got plaster detail work on it. And then we have this really large one over here. So these panels would have been installed originally in prestigious homes throughout France. I can only imagine the house that this panel came out of. This is an entire wardrobe wall. It was pulled out of a house in France, in the northern side of France, and it was actually in these people's living room. It is cabinet doors that all open, and it would have actually been built in for storage. And it is all original with the original paint, multiple doors, and wait until you see the feet at the bottom. This piece would be the statement in any room. I could see it used in a bedroom, as the actual wardrobe closet in the bedroom. It could be in a kitchen where it would cover all the dishes and as your pantry space. Obviously, it can be put in the living room or a dining room again as well. When I mention patina, this table is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at on the drawer here how the center part has been worn off completely, and it's because of all the years of somebody opening and closing and opening and closing that drawer. That tells the story of how old this piece is. So many people ask me, what do I personally collect? What do I take home? And I've got to say, it's rag paper books. I love 18th century books from France, and they're beautiful handmade tattered paper edges and all the pastel colors. So this is something that I'm always on the hunt for. When we were in Paris earlier this year, we stumbled upon this amazing collection of pharmacy jars and just had to have them. I love how some of the labels are so worn, you can just barely read them, and some of them are brighter with the gold leaf still showing. I love bringing pieces that are typically used outdoors, indoors. This is a beautiful centerpiece. But look at this old farm trough that was once used to feed animals. I think it would be an amazing powder room sink. These old crocks were originally intended for jam and marmalade in England. But we're talking Victorian time period. So these are old. A friend of mine, Andrew, lives in England, and he is a hobbyist, and he goes into landfills, believe it or not, and he digs these out, and cleans them, and he ships them to us. I think they are so special because obviously there are hundreds right here, but they're all different. Literally every one is a different shade of cream or white. They all have different patterns to them. The best ones are my favorite are the ones that have markings on the bottom. Let's see, this one is Middleton, this one is Liverpool and London. And so that really tells the story of who made them, what they were used for. We love them. We use them for fresh flowers. You could put plant seedlings in them, obviously pens and pencils in the office, or toothbrushes in the bathroom. There's a lot of uses for them, but I want to show you what we do with them that's my favorite use. I'll take you this way. So we repurpose these old marmalade jars into candles. My friend Renee, she hand pours each one with soy wax and all essential oils, so there's no nasty chemicals in these. And our signature scent is called English Moss because it reminds me of all of our travels through the Cotswolds in England. I love a good collection of French pottery. All of this pottery was made in the 19th century, and it was actually utilitarian pottery used for olive oil and olives. And although it was meant to be used indoors, we love bringing it outside in the garden for plants. Thanks for coming along with the tour. Again, my name is Casey. I'm with Easton Salvage. Our little white brick barn here at Blue Hills will be open during the Round Top Antique Show. We're here every spring, fall, and winter. We would love to see you sometime, but if you can't join us in person, we have an online store and we sell on Instagram, and you can follow us there. See ya!
Thanks for watching. Go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content and shopping guides.